What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Idiot Brothers, back to Home Wars. I forget which episode we're on at this point, so I'm just going to say this one's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. I'm probably only going to do the 2 defense missions here, maybe move into the next turn. I got a couple things going on, and I didn't have too much time to get this video out. It's currently 2 in the morning, and this is supposed to go out 4 hours from now, so it is going to be a bit shorter of a video, but hopefully we can get through some of these fights fairly quickly. So we have the second hallway, which is under attack still by the locusts. Those are going to be a pain in the butt, and then we got a bunch of these, we just got a solid mix here. I'm real worried about these right here. Those really suck, and we don't... we should have the firepower to hold, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. If we start taking losses, I am just going to straight up retreat. This is just 107 ants, and this will be a attack the ant hills. So that'll be an ant battle. I will include it simply to pad the video a little bit, since this is going to be a shorter video. So let's get right into the second hallway fight. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So, we're not going to be able to take much offense here. So, one thing I just want to explain really quick is, due to the high level of units on the board, it becomes much harder to move units around and get different positions, because there's just so much going on and you have to take out so much before they get to you, which, you know, it is what it is. So it will be one of those. We're just kind of winging it. Hopefully we have a ton of these. We have a good amount of these. We will get all of these vehicles down. Light tanks have to be in a spot where they can actually hit something. We actually have artillery in this army, so we're looking pretty good here. So we're going to start. We're obviously going to get our standard defenses down. Because we want to make sure that they take a lot of damage if they're just going to sit on top of our troops. And we are going to want some dragon's teeth for the larger bugs. As you can hear already, we've already got things opening up. Hopefully they can take the air out. We've got the heavy AA assets now, so we should be pretty good on taking out air, which is really good. I did resupply the missiles a little bit before I started this video, so we should be sitting pretty good on this. We probably will lose this battle, just because it is a cap the flag battle, and we have so much that we have to slog through here. So we're going to get through as much of this as we can. Hopefully we have the firepower to take out the locusts. The locusts are what I'm worried about, because they have a tendency to get where they're unwanted. But we should be able to deal with them. We should have the firepower. We're taking out the air units pretty quickly here. How are we doing on spare parts? We got 772 spare parts. We should be good for this fight, I hope. Alright, and then we got that spread. That's not good. Take it down! Come on! Alright, so we're starting to take losses. That's not great. Yep, big bugs are making their way in. We've only taken 250 out. We should be good. We're going to take a couple of small losses here, but we're going to need to take these losses if we're going to take these bug groups down, because we need to stem the tide of these bug groups. Okay, we've got 7 down. We're going to have to take the L on this one. We just simply can't afford to be taking the amount of losses that we have there. So we're going to have to forfeit that fight, which means they are going to get that flag. So Unfortunately, that's just how that's going to have to roll, at least until we can get these reinforcements up there, because we are in desperate need of firepower. Unlocks vehicles. So we can't get the heavy tank yet. This is really what we need to help stem the tide. Probably some assault vehicles too. But I'm really going to focus on getting those heavy tanks because that'll give us the firepower we need against those larger bugs, which they are starting to field massively. And we just cannot afford to keep taking those losses because the rest of these vehicles are just not cutting it anymore. Alright, so that being said, we are going to get on with this ant defense. Alright, so Sapper, where are they coming from? So, okay, the anthill is literally right there. Yep, and we are going to get the very typical, put as many barbed wire down as we can and hope we can take them all out before they get to our Sapper. I would put the rifleman down, however, the last time I put rifleman down, well, that didn't go so well because the red ants explode. So, yeah, that's probably not the best idea. We're just going to have to deal with them with our barbed wire here. Which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're actually going to start over here just to help get these down a little bit more. Let's see here. So we're going to start seeing red ant losses. Yep, we're already going to need to swap over here because they are fairly tanky. Oof, oof, oof. Yep. And if we lose that sapper, we are going to lose this fight, so. Alright, we're going to switch down to ×1. We're going to try to get more barbed wire up. Because we're going to need it. Got 21 groups left. I will throw it up to ×2. Yep, they are going through these barbed wire like it is butter. Seven groups remaining. We are almost good to go here. We're just going to get the barbed wire down so that way I can make sure that I have enough barbed wire to take out the rest of the ants. Alright, 332 left. That should be the last of them. Don't you get to that sapper? Alright. That's all of them. Let's go take out that anthill. I'm just going to get away from the sound because the explosion sound is very loud. Alright. So that should hopefully give us some XP. And that will actually give us our heavy tank. That is huge for us right now. Because we have the necessary anti-air assets for this stuff. So we are going to defend the Allied outpost. Thank goodness it is literally just locusts. I'm hoping we have the firepower for this, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Don't remember if they can target air, but we're gonna find out. Alright, how are we doing on ammunition? Looks like we're doing fine. We've got plenty of missiles still. Let's get these barbed wire down and get these shelters down. Since I have more than enough time, I am just going to literally put them all the way up to their spawn, and then we're going to hit ready. We should be taking out anything that spawns over here relatively quickly, since that is where all of our firepower can be focused for a while. Except when they literally just fly into our line, and they don't take them out right away. Most of them should be going after our base, which will help tank the locusts a little bit. We really need to take this group of locusts out, because if we can take this group of locusts out, we can take down the other group of bugs with relative ease. How are we doing? We're out of spare parts, so any damage done to vehicles is permanent. Yep, and that is a lot of damage being done to vehicles. Because there is just simply not enough firepower going out. Well, at least our tanks can tank. That's times for it. Yep, lost the supply truck. That's not too bad. I think that was another... I think that was a tank. I think we should be fine, though. Okay, they are overrunning our defenses. All right, so we're gonna have to cede that. That should hopefully give us enough damage done to take them down next turn when we get that reinforcement army there. And then we have another reinforcement army on its way. Oh, we really just need more firepower up here. Yeah, 19 and 27. Yeah, we're really hurting on that firepower department. So I just want to be clear. So I know that someone did say the damage multiplier. So the damage multiplier specifically is only if you are controlling that model. So I don't typically control the units, just because, I mean, I kind of got to pay more attention to what's going on with the bugs, but as it stands, not very useful as much as I wish it was. So, that being said, we are going to need more spare parts, but we just don't have the supplies for the spare parts. So we're going to end the day there. I will go through one more turn. Oh, no. Okay. It is a good thing we have an army here. We're going to have to detour into there. We're going to have to take this army and detour into here. Well, actually... I think we're gonna have to commit our firepower to the second hallway. We are absolutely gonna have to commit. We absolutely are gonna need those heavy tanks. So what we're gonna do is right now we're gonna recruit. We're gonna go to vehicles. We're gonna get 10 heavy tanks. We're gonna get 2 heavy AA. We're gonna get 3 light AA. We're gonna get 3 supply trucks. And then I think we're going to fill in with some recon vehicles, and then we're running low on plastic for this army here, so I think we'll fill in with snipers, and then we will give it the one zapper that it needs to function, and then we will create that army there. Ammunition, spare parts, we just need spare parts. Reset 100, and then I'm just gonna buy spare parts until we can't. So that'll give us 1800 spare parts to work with this turn. It is nighttime, which unfortunately kills our vision range, which is not preferable. So this, we're not going to be able to defend that with sappers, because these Lucas will just... Come to think of it, we might actually be able to take it out from that spawn point there and just have an engineer spawn in or a sapper spawn in and just run towards it. But I will deal with that off camera because I don't really have time to be running that. The big fight is going to be this hallway right here. So they have an absolute just everything. So we're kind of running low on the old firepower here. Hopefully our light tanks will be able to do something here. But as it stands, we are kind of up shit creek without a paddle. And I am at a loss for how to handle this. So we are going to do what we can. Alright, start battle. I'm not putting any defenses down near the base because all of our defenses are going to be required here. So let's get them down. Get our dragon teeth down, put down some hedgehogs. We don't want them getting into the troops if we don't have to. I'll worry about the base a little later. And we're going to throw down some glue just to help slow them down even more. Get these defenses down. Don't get stuck, please. Okay, I think we're ready. We're going to have vision problems here. These things should drop pretty quickly. These locusts are what's going to cause us problems. I'm going to try to hold this. I don't know if we'll be able to stop them entirely, but I think we should be able to do a significant amount of damage here. Yep, the hedgehogs were a good call here. Please take out the things that are coming at you guys. We can care about the base a little bit later. Take that out. We don't want to be wasting... We don't want to be wasting our spare parts if we don't have to. We're doing good here. We're doing good. Only 5% damage on the base. Our defenses are holding. Now if we can just keep this up. We're kind of having ammunition problems. That's fine. Okay, we do have one down. Okay, a locust got into our lines again. Please take those locusts down. It's like, please take those locusts down. They are literally going to destroy us. I like that we're holding those air waves down. Okay, 3 losses. We're still at acceptable loss range. 4 losses. We're starting to hit that threshold where I think we're going to have to give them the fight, but we've taken a significant portion of them down. We're at 8 losses, 9 losses. I think our infantry are starting to go down. Our AA assets are doing what they can, but it just isn't enough. What in the world is causing this? Okay, I think we're good. I don't see anything else in the middle of our guys here. So we're at 55% base durability. We're at 13 losses. Oh, Lord. Anti-air is doing the best they can. What in... Please, kill that thing. Alright, that's 25. I don't want to give them the fight. 73 groups remaining, and there is just air all over the place. Our heavy AA is just not getting it done. Yep, they're starting to swarm our guys now. Alright, so the base is down. We took 1350 out of the bugs, which gives them 67, probably about 75 groups remaining. But we lost basically a full army worth of troops. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be able to sustain these losses. We really need the extra firepower to the front. So you've got 14, you've got 11. Combine. Close you. Alright, since the rest of you don't want to. Whew. And we've got 24, so we're down to 3 armies there, and 2 of them aren't at full power. This, I think we're going to have to give the bugs. We can't hold the locusts off with the sappers alone. This I will do off camera. Okay, well, there's only one group of bugs left. Most of them are these, well, a huge chunk of them are these small beetles, and that's what's really causing our biggest problems here. Well, there's also this, the cockroach, but the cockroach is fairly slow. Doesn't really cause us too many problems, but the flyers were just, they were just brutal. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call it for this video. It's already been 25 minutes, and I was only expecting this video to be about 15 minutes long. So we made some valiant defenses here, but I think we might have to fall further back. I don't want to give them any more space because, I mean, I just can't really afford to do it, but they are almost level 6, and it is just going to be a problem. It really is. Especially because there's going to be a new ant soon, which has more HP than the red ant that they currently have, and then we're going to be getting into the really big bugs later on here, so... Anyways, I think I'm going to call that for this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell notification icon if you want to see more of my content. It really helps out me, really helps out the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.